Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, Gabby on Paper. Today's video is going to be June's budget wrap up. I'm going to go over each of my spending categories, see how much I spent, and whether I was over or under budget. And I already know. I already have a pretty good idea that it was kind of a crazy month yet again. So let's just go ahead and get started. When the month started, I really wasn't sure how much I would be getting paid. I knew I did under budget, but I didn't know what my paychecks would look like after deductions like health insurance, HSA contributions, transit, and everything. So I budgeted $1,600 for each of my paychecks, which was low. I didn't think it would be quite this low, but it was. For the first paycheck, I got $1,941.33. For my second paycheck, I got $1,747.04. And neither of these are going to be my semi-monthly paychecks. So this first paycheck, I don't really understand what happened, but basically none of my deductions were taken out. I knew my insurance wouldn't be because it wouldn't start until the following month, like the first of the following month, and this paycheck was for May's pay period. My insurance started on June 1st. But it didn't have any of the other deductions that were supposed to be included. This one had my insurance, my transit, HSA, everything, and then including some deductions for May's pay period that were not taken out of this paycheck. So my real paychecks will be somewhere in the middle. I still don't know how much, but we should be finding out shortly. So between the two, I got $1,941.33 plus $1,747.04. I brought in $3,688.37. That is wrong, now that I think about it. Plus 50. So this amount is actually $3,738.37. This $50 is from my boyfriend. So basically, we are taking $25 each paycheck, each pre-tax paycheck, to go into my transit account to use it to buy his train as well, and he just reimburses me. So $3,738.37 is the correct amount. Moving on to my fixed expenses. Rent was the usual. So was my utility fee that we pay to our building, and so was ComEd, our electricity. Peloton, it went up to $47.18 because there was a $5 per month increase starting in June. However, my boyfriend agreed to start paying for half of it, so it's now a bill that we split between the two of us since he uses it as well. It was my purchase originally. He wouldn't have purchased it at all, but he does use it, and so he decided I've been paying it for over a year, and he's decided to start helping me with that. So $23.59 is what I actually paid because he paid the other half of the $47.18. AT&T, it's normal. Subscriptions were normal, just the regular amount. I'm gonna put nothing for these because I'll explain this in another video, probably the next one that I have coming up, but I'm handling this a little bit different, and I'm not including that in this budget. And my income did not cover these payments. And I'll explain that in the next video because I'm gonna go into things a little more. So the total for my bills $1,343.81. Let's double check. Yep. All right. Now we're gonna move into the variable expenses. Normally I go through and add them up, but I just wrote it all down on a Post-it note, so it makes things go a little bit faster. Yeah, let's just get into it. So groceries, I had lowered my budget by $10, and I did end up spending $219.32, and I'm actually surprised that I spend this much, because you'll see how much I spent dining out. It was just one of those months. I have no idea how I spent that much money on groceries, considering how much I ate out. Next month I did increase, for July I did increase my grocery budget, because things are just so expensive. I cannot believe it, but all right. Dining out, I gave myself $300, which is $100 more than normal, and still I went over budget. My sister was in town for 2 weeks. We ate out a lot during that time, because we want to take her to all of our spots. And then having worked from the office every single day, pretty much every single day in June, my first work from home day was yesterday, which was the 29th. So the very large majority of my work days were from the office, and I do not like communal kitchens. So the fridges, I don't like using microwaves. I think those like work kitchens, I think they kind of smell funny. So I've been eating out, but some people were kind enough to leave some suggestions in the video that I first discussed that, and that's something I'm trying. And I think it will be better in July with both those suggestions and starting the hybrid schedule. So I'll be home 2 days a week for now, and then that will increase. But anyways, all that to say that I spent $372.61 eating out by myself. This is just me, which is unreal. I cannot believe I can't believe I spent that much, but I did. All right, moving on. Hobbies, I did go over by a little bit, $27.57, and this was funny because I really thought I had given myself $30, and I don't know where that came from. So I was like, oh, I'm still under, feeling good, but no. I went over just a little bit, which is not bad. Shopping, oh, this one was funny. $1.16. I bought an exercise dress from Old Navy, and I had, since in May I had spent so much money at Gap and Old Navy, I had like $50 or something in rewards, and between that and just this $1.16, it covered everything, so that was very exciting. Home is one of those categories I spent a ton. I budgeted $25. I spent $109.93, and that's really not all of it, because this amount is after I used up my entire sinking fund. So basically I took the total amount, which was 293 cents, subtracted what I had in my sinking fund, which was $91, and that is what is left here. And that's how I think I've decided to treat my sinking funds for now, at least. And I'll tell you that what I bought, oh yeah, we had to buy a bed because the foot of ours kind of like broke. Like it would have been fine, but it was damaging the floor, and we didn't want it to damage it more, so we bought a new bed frame. And then aside from that, we bought some like camping chairs from REI, but we're using them as beach chairs because they're so small. They're so like, we don't have room in our apartment, so they fold up and they're so small and so light that we can walk to the lake and use them and just put them in a tote because they're so small. So we bought that, and then a cooler, and obviously all of that I split 50-50 with my boyfriend, so that the $200.93 was my half, and this is just what I after my sinking funds. But I'm happy. I should have planned better because I knew we wanted to go to the lake and we would need these things, the chairs, the cooler. We didn't have anything. We didn't bring anything from Utah. So I knew that would be happening. So I should have planned better, but I'm still new to all this. I can plan for events, but not for like these one-off type things that we'll use year after year, just because I don't think of them, but I'll try to do better. Entertainment, I budgeted $250, which was a lot because my sister was in town. We wanted to do a Cubs game, a boat tour, and I wasn't sure how much I'd be spending. Turns out I actually spent a lot less, but then towards the end of the month, we got some concert tickets that put us over. So I ended up spending $258.04 in concert tickets. No, I'm sorry, in entertainment. And then that includes the Cubs game snacks, because we had paid for the tickets in May. Then we paid for the boat tour in May, but the dinner for like the day, I count that as entertainment. This is part of an event in my mind. The dinner at Italy. And then I feel like I'm missing something because that does not add up to $258. How did I get $258? Because, okay, so we bought some Kid Cudi tickets, $30.42. Oh no, the boat tour we didn't. We paid for it in June, so it is included in this. Plus 7 plus 18.25. What was that? Well, kind of. Yeah, that's 161. I don't know where that extra money is coming from. I'm gonna check it out. Okay, I figured it out. The difference there that brings it up to the $258.04, I think I just forgot to include it in my tracker. It was, gosh, now I don't know how zoomed in I was. Some Cubs tickets for July. So we went over budget only by $8, but that's okay because we got some Cubs tickets for a July game and then Kid Cudi. I don't know if that's in August or in September or when that is, but for future months. So it's okay. Like I'm still like pretty close to budget, but we have some events coming up out of the way and paid for, at least for the tickets. So there's that. Okay, so this is where things start to get a little crazy. Miscellaneous, just regular miscellaneous, $10.34. Costco, I did go over budget, which to me is wild. We placed that order yesterday and it was delivered today. Rather than taking the train and an Uber back, we decided to just do an Instacart and place our order that way. I ended up spending $114.52, which is crazy because I had budgeted $100, including the Uber. Again, this is my portion. My boyfriend paid for it. It's his portion. Well, like it was one purchase, but you know, this is what I paid from that purchase. And it's crazy because I really thought I was over budgeting, but just everything is so much more expensive. Like we bought a thing of toilet paper, which is like $31 or $32, and I swear those used to be like $21 or $22. I guess I just didn't think of how much like inflation has affected Costco prices, because we don't go to Costco very often, so I just wasn't expecting it, and I ended up spending a ton. But that's okay. Now we have like toilet paper, paper towels, scent boosters, rice. I bought some sodas. I can't think of anything else, but we bought a bunch of stuff that will last us for a while. So okay, so down here I budgeted $350 for travel. I actually got so lucky and only spent $104.45. We were with my boyfriend's family the entire time, a lot of staying home, just spending time with them. So ultimately didn't have to spend a lot of money there. Our flights were like $411 or so, but that was paid for in May. Okay, so this is where, let's see, I'll just add them in here. Work. Obviously this was unbudgeted, and I spent $245.12. Is that it? Oh, yeah, I'm forgetting what I did. So the $245.12 is after I used my miscellaneous sinking fund. So in reality, what I spent was $245.12 plus $58, so $303.12. And what that purchased was a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse set, a laptop stand, and this little like USB nub thing that I needed. I could have taken a monitor from work, but it wasn't a very nice one that they were trying to give me. And I would have needed something bigger. Like in my work setup, I have like 3 screens, 3 monitors on my laptop. And they were only giving me one to take home, and it was not that big. And to do my job efficiently, I would need more. Like even just one monitor is not enough. So I decided to just buy one. And I'm okay with it because honestly, it looks so much better, and it's the same one that my boyfriend has, so it's more uniform. Since we have like our desks in the living room, since we only have a 1-bedroom apartment, we wanted to try and keep it looking, you know, kind of the same, just uniform. So I got the same monitor, keyboard, and mouse as him for that reason. And I did obviously work from home the one day, and I think the monitor, well, ideally I would have at least 2. I think the monitor was like, it's like 27.5 inches, but I think it was big enough to work. So there's that. And then the final thing, you got a little sneak peek of it earlier, is my laptop. I finally got my new laptop that I've been saving for. I honestly thought I was gonna be buying the MacBook Air. I ended up buying a MacBook Pro because they randomly became available. I've literally been checking the MacBook Pros, like the 14-inch ones, since February, and they had been like sold out, you know, delayed shipping until like July, August, and randomly one day I was on there and it was like available today, and I bought it, and I checked again and it said not available until August. So I got lucky. I don't know what happened there, but I bought my MacBook Pro. I used up all my gift cards. I haven't done this yet, but I'm trading in my laptop, and I'm gonna get my old laptop. I'm gonna get like $100 for it, which I knew because it's so old, but so between my gift cards, my trade-in, and then the sinking fund that I had used, which was $685, I only had to like $383.63 that are unbudgeted, aside from the sinking fund, aside from everything else. So I'm pretty happy with that. So the you see how I had a lot going on. It was a very expensive month that I was obviously not planning on, but that is okay. What can I do at this point? So now I will just go through and add this up. Let's see, yeah. Yep. All right. So down here in the summary, I don't know if you can see it. Okay. We'll bring down the total income, which was 3837. That is a 3. This one is a mess. Total expenses. So that's 1343.81 for my fixed, plus 1742.24 for my variable, meaning I spent $3,086.05. Is that right? Okay, yeah. So the difference here, so 3,200 minus 37. So I was over 538.37. Yeah, 25.55.97 minus 30.86.05. I was over budget by 530.08 in my spending, and then so then I have 3738.37 minus 30.86.05 equals 652.32, which if I subtract, it's over. I guess technically these are minuses, but this is a good thing. It's good that I'm over in income. It's good that I saved more than I planned. Now I'm just going to take a quick second to go through and highlight all of my categories. Okay, so obviously this month was not a great month. I mean, it was good income wise, but just spending wise, it wasn't good. I really do need to get better at planning out, like knowing, like, I want to go to the lake this weekend or this summer. I need to know what I need to go to the lake and then plan that out, because otherwise I'm gonna keep having these giant like actual amounts that aren't planned for. And then work, obviously that was unexpected. I wasn't expecting to spend any of that. But it's okay. I'm okay with that. It's for work. It just makes things easier. This month in July, I'm really gonna work on getting this dining out budget, dining out spending down, because this is way too much. I cannot be spending almost $400 a month dining out because I'm working from the office. My boyfriend's sister is coming only for one weekend, so that won't be too bad. I'll just have to make sure that the other weekends I'm more frugal when it comes to that. And I don't foresee myself buying any more like home items, but I honestly never do, so who knows. But I don't foresee any home items. I don't really think we'll be buying any more like concert tickets for future events, so hopefully I won't go over in that. And obviously no Costco haul for next month. We're not going on any trips, and I'm obviously not gonna buy a computer next month. I just bought one. So things are looking good for July. June was not so great. And I've mentioned this in a couple of videos, but I am gonna be changing things up in July, and I think I'll have an explanation on how I'm going to be doing things when I I'm pretty sure it'll be my next video when I go over like my debt and these payments and how I'm handling them. But yeah, I don't know. What I'm really excited for is to know my next paycheck should just be a regular paycheck with the right deductions and the right time. So I should know how much to expect each pay day, which I think will help with budgeting. But thank you so much for joining me for today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you